All right, let's do some weekly analysis. I haven't done one in a couple of weeks. Been a bit busy. Okay, so most recently we came into this 2 week CB up here. Okay, there's a weekly new week opening gap. Where was it? Was it a monthly opening gap? Basically over here, it's just a place of interest on a lower time frame. Okay, I think in the daily there's something there as well. So what do we have over here? We took out this high, which was a previous year's high. Okay, that's quite significant considering the entire consolidation here as well. Okay, and the 2 week closes after this week. So on the 1 week, we have a weekly busy down here. There's a weekly busy here. All right. On the 2 week, not yet. Okay, so I'm thinking it may be quite possible we come down here before moving higher, but we'll see, right? As we work our way down the time frames, 4 day, it currently looks like it may want to come back to fair value. All right, okay, and it's a bit crazy here, and possibly come back to fair value into this gap, potentially even lower. All right. On the 3 day, we have this on the 3 day. It's only a gap down here on the 3 day, and a small opening gap there. 2 day. Okay. All right. So we had a 2 day like this. Uh, Order block that gets created from price trading into a fair value gap and getting rejected. That order block is very high probability to at least make a considerable move towards a PD array on an opposing PD array on that time frame, or potentially if it goes into a higher time frame, near a higher time frame PD array, right? So we had this down candle into this gap here that's not highlighted. Um, we trade up, we close there, and then the next 2 days, okay, we close this on Wednesday, Thursday candle, and then Friday we open, we come into this 2 week gap, and then we get rejected down um, to over here. Okay, so let's go to the daily. All right, so we have a daily gap in here, and price is currently moving down. So it's quite possible we move lower first because this 2 week imbalance is quite significant. Let's see if there's anything else on the 6 month. No, on these time frames, we just get the wick there. Okay, I believe we may be moving higher overall. Maybe even coming up to take out these highs. It's quite a possibility. Okay, but I'm very curious to see where this yearly candle closes. We can have a look at it now. If we close something like this, that would be very nice. I would like to see a trade into it. We still have over a month, still a long time. But let's say it closed like this. I'd like to see a trade down and then possibly move higher. Okay, the lowest it could go somewhere into this yearly R2F gap. That would be quite a exaggerated move. All right, and if it does that, comes into here, I'd most likely want to take a long, a long on opposing assets, right? If you no, not opposing assets, I like the shorts on euro, pound, and maybe longs on like dollar CAD. And so, what else supports this idea besides the PD arrays, right? We gotta look at other type of assets. For example, dollar CAD. It's quite an interesting one. Okay, so looking up here, we had some buy side liquidity that recently got raided, and we have this equal highs here, which are quite interesting. Nothing to the left of the chart, nonetheless, very interesting. Let's go to the monthly. Okay, So we came down here into a 3 month gap. Pam pam pam, 3 month order block, pum pum pam, and it was shooting up. It's gonna be December is gonna be quite interesting. Okay, so go down to monthly, 3 week, 2 week, 1 week. Right. So we did take out a big pool of liquidity. So we did have a quite a decent retracement. Let's just go down to the daily. Okay. We had some opening gaps. I had a short in there somewhere. No, I didn't have a short, but just the idea that price is going to come down to this level. Um, yeah, and putting a very conservative entry that may not get hit. So it did not get tagged into, which was a gap here on, I don't know, perhaps the daily or 12 hour, maybe the 12 hour, yeah, 12 hour, but it created a 12 hour order block instead with a gap. Okay, and therefore we did not move higher than that. We chopped around a bit of seek and destroy, and then we came. I mean, the first the first move down was like 0.1 pips away from just target, which was the like, it's around there, which was this mean threshold of this overall order block, which I think was on the weekly. Yeah, it's just is coming down to this weekly order block. Was it the 2 week? Okay, so I'm expecting higher prices on USD CAD. Okay, and dollar yen. I need to clean up that dollar CAD chart. It's very messy. Not too interested in the dollar yen because it's quite choppy. But let's say Australian dollar. I'm bearish on that on the longer term. Okay, so why? Why? So we had this wedge being created here. Okay, price came up, chopped around and created this converging triangle or a wedge, whatever you call it. So we came down here, third touch of this trend line, pop back up, tap this trend line for the fourth time, and then a little bit more on the fifth time, and then a big breakthrough, and then a big drop from there. Right. So what's happening? Shorts are getting wrecked over here on the breakout, and breakout traders are getting wrecked on the way down. Okay, and then we created a weekly fair value gap that was great with a weekly order block, an order block on the 4 day. Okay, 4 day also very nice. On the weekly also very nice. Um, I don't know why it looks weird on this broker at the moment, but let me see. Yeah, it's a bit weird. But the 4 day was nice, and the 2 day had a nice R2F gap. So now we're just chopping around here on the 2 day, on the daily, chopping around a bit as well. Very nice. So this is daily order block right here. And I think we should be moving lower. So we came into the small daily BC over here. Popped into this, we gapped up into this daily CB. If you look on the lower time frame, so on the 4 hour, this entire thing it was a gap, almost pretty much like up to here. It was an entire gap. So it opened here at 5 o'clock, boom, and then it just dropped from there. Now we have a nice gap here, but overall, I'm anticipating possibly lower prices. Okay, um, taking out this trend line here. Okay, and I think there's more. Well, at the moment, yeah, just at least coming to this trend line. Yeah, coming for a touch, maybe create an equal lows or take it out a bit. I'd be anticipating that at least come a little bit closer to this trend line. Okay, if you look at the weekly again, I would like another low at least to be taken here because of this weekly order block, this breaker on the 4 day. Yeah, I would like it definitely to come down. Okay, so we might retrace to equilibrium first. It's completely possible. All right. Okay, so we got this 1 hour gap here. Um, Yeah, I took a paper short up here. First target, this order block, but really I want to come down, and let me just move this EMA here. Why is it? I want it to come down to take out this low. Yeah, pretty much all the way down here, really, which is very low from here, right? Would be over there. All right. So the only PD array up here, I think, is a 2 hour gap, which may be a breakaway gap. Okay, on the 1 hour service order block. I think we can drop off here. Yeah, so there's an hourly gap here, if I'm not wrong. Hourly gap, respecting it nicely. Very nice 5 minute gap being created. Following that, probably a 4 minute order block over here. Yeah, 4 minute order block being respected. One could just even do a trade like that. That should be relatively safe. Targeting these equal lows. Okay, let's watch. Let's go look at some other pairs first while we watch that. While that plays out a bit. Okay. So what we got? Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin is okay. It's very close to its all-time highs, which is very interesting. Creating these equal highs here, that should be rated. 4 hour. Okay, 4 hour looks nice. Could get a trade down. Maybe come back into this wick a bit. But it looks good to go higher. To be honest, because 4 hour inversion gap, it looks good to go higher. Ethereum. Okay, gaining some strength. I've been looking at FBTC. Okay, very good. Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, so, okay. So why? We have a 12-month BC down here. And we haven't yet had a proper bounce. So you see, we came into that. Over here in a few months, almost a year of just tuk, 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 tuk. Now we're down here, applying the brakes a little bit. Okay, go to weekly, daily. Yes, so we have a daily order block here. Very nice. So this should come up and into this area here. Okay. First target. Okay, this daily is not closed yet, but I'm anticipating the close of it. Okay, so our first target is here. And second target, since there's a lot of candles, quite a number of candles, we can anticipate equilibrium around there and start targeting higher opposing PD arrays. And yeah, there's no higher time frame PD arrays available. So besides this, and possibly start trading even higher. So going long on Ethereum might be a good idea, especially altcoins. I think a lot of them are going to be pumping, and a lot of them have been pumping. XRP, yeah, XRP. I had a feeling it was going to start going parabolic. It's been doing this for so long, right? It had to go. It had to do it. All right. So Euro USD. Yeah, we came to where I thought it was going to come to, which is equilibrium of this range. All right. We broke all this trend line. It's manipulation up here, and then we drop. Okay. Anticipating the global events and news as well, right? Because we have Donald Trump going to be, elected president. I mean, there's no way Kamala is going to win, and the only thing that could happen is, Donald Trump gets assassinated or whatever, right? So this is going to be expected. And dollar was already on its way up. Bitcoin was already like going to break a major area, so it's all perfectly timed. So for now, no immediate targets on euro, Australian dollar. Yeah, euro, nothing yet. Okay, monthly, nothing. 3 week, The 3 week, 2 week, 3 week, 2 week, 3 week closes this week. Come up into this breaker and possibly see this gap here. There's also a gap down here. This is the one I'm more interested in. Okay, I will anticipate lower prices, and I'm still relatively still bullish on the um, US dollar, right? Yeah, let's go look at oil. Okay, so it's a little bit messy, but let's take off all this lipstick. So we see all these. You can see my cursor line, horizontal line here. Equal lows, very nice. Equal lows. Okay, monthly came into this R2F gap, chopping around a bit of consolidation. Retail traders are scratching their heads. Is this support holding? Are the bulls in control? Are the bears in control? What's going on? My channel broke. Oh, the RSI said oversold. What's going on? Um, yeah. Okay, so what do we have here? Some nice equal highs. May not go up there. Okay, so we have four. Okay, nice gap here on the daily. Minus OB on the 4 day. This one and okay, that one kind of closed a little bit higher, but then we broke down. Okay, but overall, it's a nice gap here too. I think we can move lower. You see, sell side got took out a little bit, but still creating sell side here. Okay, and this huge trend line. Let's go to the 4 months so you see what that looks like. Okay, nice. Okay. January. All right, so yeah, remember the 8 month. When did this open? January and then September, right? Okay. Nice 8 month OB. And so this is 8 month gap here, 4 month gap here. There's an 8 month gap and a 4 month breaker, 8 month breaker. Oh, so beautiful. Oil is gonna get relatively cheaper. Okay. When it comes down there, I see a nice gap here as well. So when it comes down here, because it is going down there, it's just facts of life. It's a good time to load up on oil, I guess, for your car. I don't know. So we came down to equilibrium, chopping around, hanging around here. Nothing much up there, but juicy stuff down here. Put on the regular fib. We come down a bit to an OTE level. That would be interesting. Silver and gold. Okay, silver and gold. All right. What's that there? 4 months, 6 months. Okay. 2 months. Okay, so we made a relatively big move above this consolidation, and now we're down here. Let's go to the lower time frames. Okay, so we had this bearish breaker. We traded into it, and then came down, and created this order block. Traded down into it, came higher. Now we broke down into this imbalance area. Okay, there's a weekly. There is a weekly gap here. Not much of a trade into it. I'm thinking we don't really need this. I'm thinking we trade into it and then maybe come down more. And there's also a 2 month gap here. Let me see what that looks like. Yeah, so there's no PD arrays here on this side of this side of the map, this side of the chart. Playing too many games. So there's order block here, but this order block made it's quite high up in a premium. Okay, buying here is where are you targeting? You know, and you don't want to be making up stuff. Like okay, let me just. Oh, this is equal highs. I'm going to target up there. You're just coming up with excuses, justifying getting into a poor trade, right? Imagine I'm trying to come up here. That's not that ideal of a trade. Okay, on the monthly, it's not really a gap, but sometimes even if it overlaps a bit, it's still like an inefficiency. So what's going on? We came into this gap here, expanded. Now we came all the way down. I believe, okay, that we can have another push down since we had this body close over here. This traded up into that. And now we're going to 3-day, 2-day, 1-day, 3-day. Okay. 3-day. Let's go look at the futures chart 1 second. 3-day no gap. 2-day no gap. Um, 1-day no gap. Okay. So it's 1-day on this one. All right. So I look at both the futures and um, like a USD chart because some of them can have an SMT divergence, right? So there's some equal highs here. And what was I looking at? The 4-day, 3-day? Yeah. Okay. There's a 3-day gap here. So yeah, I think it's quite possible we come up here, fake out a. We took this out a little bit, tiny bit, but it's not much. What did we do? We created equal lows again. Okay, this is a very small sweep. Um, Good enough to fake a move up, possibly into this zone, this 3-day gap here. Just highlight it. Oh, oh. Is that it? Okay. There's SIBI here, 3-day SIBI. All right. And we can still use the same concept of premium discount if you want. Okay. This is where equilibrium is going to be. It doesn't have to do that now, right? But when more candles form, that's when you start to expect these things. Structure forms, such as this. Again, the structure forming comes back to where does it come to? This Fibonacci level, 62, 61.8, virtually the same thing. And we get a bounce from there. Okay. So small considerations like using a fib. Hey, OTE, there are people who use the fibs as well, especially that golden ratio numbers, like 61.8. ICT calls it, the OTE zone. So you can use that as confluence. I wouldn't use too many retail indicators as confluence. Okay, apparently the algorithm works on using those, using premium and discount. But yeah, but that's pretty much all that I use. I have an EMA here, but um, I don't really use that. It's set to 40, like high. It's just for something else. But yeah, this area is interesting. The daily, if you get daily close below here, okay, then I think we start targeting lower. Take profit in this breaker here somewhere. Okay, not this breaker. You could refine that by going down for. Is there anything down here? Okay, equal lows being created. Hmm? Hmm. Okay, this gap's used. It's not being used again. 5 hour. Okay. Um, yeah, it's already used once, so it won't be used again. So it'll probably come down and take out this low if we don't start closing higher into here first. Okay, this has a daily kind of pretty low close. I think we may just come down to here without even coming to the 3-day. It's completely possible. I didn't check what news is on today, but you go ahead, check it for yourself. Have some anticipation. And what were we looking at earlier? Dollar CAD? Was it? Or was it Australian dollar? Okay. Let me just tie this up. Don't really need this anymore, to be honest. Just gonna clean this up, clean this up. This is one anticipation of price going higher. Okay, I'm not making a trade. Okay, I'm targeting here. I'm not in a long yet. I just wanted that short down into this zone. I'm not taking a long. Let's go look at the Australian dollar. Okay, this one got stopped out. What happened? Let's see. All right, great. I forgot what was that based on even. Was it a 5 minute? Okay, cutting through candles. Price wants to go higher first. This one was already closed, and this one didn't work out. So let's go look at this on the 1 hour. All right, we created a 1 hour CB. It may or may not get respected. 6 minutes. It looks like it's not going to. Okay. So yeah, let's see what happens here. Today's Monday, so just be wary. This whole move was a gap. Okay, which can be tricky. Ironically, this is where I sometimes take look for a long POI. Did it take out the low? Let's see. Yeah, normally for price to take out the low of this first order block of a very expensive move, if I'm anticipating higher prices, I have one of those models somewhere. But yeah, so okay, so price has moved so much from here. You just got to be careful when trying to short, right? You don't want to keep it shorting at a discount, at a discount, at a discount. This obviously was just a test, and both of them were papers anyway. So it's a minute, 1 hour, 2 hours. Do we have any gaps up here? Okay, we're still in this huge imbalance, and we have this imbalance here. All right, so let's see what happens. We may come into more of a equilibrium level. All right, dollar Swiss franc. So let's see how this has been doing. Okay, this one can clean it up too. So yeah, I think that's it. I won't keep you on here for nothing. Yeah, that's my analysis. And yeah, let's see what happens this week. Toodaloo.